Hello there. And we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to another episode of, yeah, Prem Talk with Claude and Ola. See ya, guys. It's been long I've had this show. That's because the star man himself, yeah, I mean, he's been so busy. Of course, busy at work, busy with League, that's where the money comes in. When the money is coming in from these angles, yeah, we smaller channels just have to wait in line for for where the big money comes. That's where we start our own, that's where the big money is. But guys, I managed to get him into this weekend show and see our people. You see our people, yeah. You don't want to see this, yeah, but you're gonna see it today. I brought in a special guest. This guy, very, very close to my heart because he's one of those people, yeah, that he has an opinion. He has an opinion. He has a budding channel down there. After this, you guys go check out his channel. And I just wanted him to just meet Ola and have a chat with us because I love his opinion. I love everything. He stakes everything, and of course, you guys are gonna see what I'm talking about when he, starts this show with us today. It's no other person that will welcome him to the show. BBK Sports, you're welcome, my brother, man. He gets a po. He's a true goner. Po. You're welcome to the show, my brother, man. How you doing, BBK?
I am good, man. Thank you. I'm so honored to be here, my bro. I am so honored to be here.
Yeah, man.
Tony G.
Man.
I got a Ola, right? I was watching Ola stream with Liga on a watch along with the Bournemouth.
Ola is a star. Come on, man. He's elite.
I almost got out of a hotel in Switzerland. Remember when Reece scored that goal?
Yeah.
That moment.
I almost got kicked out of the hotel in Switzerland because I was lagging behind. But when I heard Ola scream out Reece's name, I know Reece scored, but I was on the bro. So it's nice.
No,
exactly, man.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, BBK Sport, you're welcome. You're welcome to the show. I've been working with Ola now, getting to 2.5 years, and this is a true brother. He sticks with you. He stands by you. He doesn't care what any other person says. If he fucks with you, he fucks with you for real. He's a great guy, yeah, and he's a family man. I love this guy to the core. No other person than Ola of the Fight Week show. He gets a po. See, Ola, without much ado, without much fighting, you're welcome to the show. How you doing, man?
Hey, I see you got FBI in your fucking shirt, so you're not even
I'm not police. I'm not police. Don't worry, man. I'm not a rat. I'm a normal human being. Yeah?
I don't care, bro. Leave your movie, man. Leave your movie. You know. Leave your movie, man. I don't give a damn. I just know I ain't gonna be lighting up my thing on this show now. You know what I mean? You ain't got FBI over there, brother. You get me?
Exactly. I'm gonna go talk to the MI6 and say, hey man, my guy Ola has some, he has some good stuff. See ya, people, yeah, without much ado, let's go into the big topics, yeah, the big topics for today. I set up this show before the Carabao Cup results came in. So see, we're gonna start with the Carabao Cup. See ya, people, yeah, Liverpool are done by Newcastle today. See ya, people, I've been saying it, yeah, that this league is a humbler. I've seen many people when Ancelotti started winning games, yeah, and taking Liverpool towards this title, mid-season, and people were saying, oh, it's going to win everything, it's going to win a treble. And I was telling people, I said, come, see, yeah, calm down, relax. This guy needs to come to this league and prove himself, yeah? And now let's don't act as if this past week, Liverpool haven't dropped out of the Champions League, beaten at home at Anfield in such a vociferous ground, yeah? Lost to PSG, bundled out of the Champions League, throw that all away. If it doesn't mean anything, let today mean something to you. Liverpool go head-to-head with Newcastle today, and Newcastle found the answer. I mean, the Magic was all up in that, was all up in smokes, today in Wembley. Throw that all away. Throw that all away. Newcastle have won it, yeah? That's 2 titles. Go down the drain today to a side, yeah? A Liverpool side that has close to 5 to 6 world-class players. Arsenal can't say they have 6 to 5 world-class players in their team. Where did this guy go wrong? I will start with our brother Anslot. Sorry, I'm calling you Anslot. Sorry, BBK Sports. BBK Sports, talk to these people. Liverpool lost against Newcastle today. And how do you characterize their season and characterize Anslot altogether? Lost two cup games, in a week.
Yeah, like most people, the only issue I had with Liverpool going into the season, why Liverpool would win the league, because I didn't pick them to win it. I still picked City to win it. The only reason I picked against Slot was because this is his first year in the Prem. And the only manager we've seen come in the first year in the Premier win it was Conte in 2017. But in context, we have to think that Chelsea team that won it in 2017 had just won the league in 2015 and had world-class players in it. They pretty much took a year off when Diego Costa and them man down tools and Leicester did a madness, right? So that was the only knock against Slot into the league. He hadn't managed in the Prem before. Couldn't say he was a good or bad manager. And plus, we were supposed to kick on. We took the title down to the last day against Man City, right? There was a Premier League trophy at the Emirates Stadium, bro. We didn't even need City to lose. We needed them to draw. We would have won the league. So I thought we would have kicked on. So I thought we would have finished above them. But he proved us wrong. But in context, I want to look at Liverpool are sitting on 70 points right now at the top of the league. 70 points after 29 games, right? In 2020, in 1920, when they ran away with the league, at this point, they were on 82 points.
Yeah.
So they have not been great this year, and they're still 12 points clear of us. So that's an indictment of how bad the rest of the league has been, to where Liverpool are cruising the league, sitting on 70 points. But as far as the game went, man, I think Newcastle. I said this to Jody Dredd a couple of games ago when they lost 2-0 at Anfield. I was like, do you think Eddie Howe is going to approach the game differently because he does not want to show his hand, how he's going to play in the final? And I think they played completely different today. They went to Anfield, they sat back, they absorbed the pressure. But today, they came out, they were pressing, even when they were 2-0 up. I wouldn't see Arteta doing that 2-0 up in the final. He would be sitting back,
controlling the game.
2-0 up.
Yeah,
they were still going for it. They were going for it. Isak really should have put him 3-0 up. He had a clear-cut chance to put him 3-0 up. So the strategy of Eddie Howe not showing his hand in the previous game and come out today with a completely different game plan, and I think he caught him off guard. I think Liverpool, they thought they were foregone conclusion was just going to walk this game. Newcastle was like, no, we have other plans. And Newcastle did what we didn't, right? They lost this game. They lost this cup final 2 years ago to Manchester United at Wembley, and you can tell they weren't going to let this get away from them a second time. Regardless who was on the pitch. And big up to them. They knocked us out. They beat us comfortably 4-0, home and away on aggregate. And big up to Newcastle, man. They completely
big up to Newcastle. They become Carabao Cup champions. Dunty's in the house. Big up to you, Dunty. That's my guy. Yeah, it's supposed to be on this show, but I thought maybe he was gonna be busy. That's why I didn't send the link. It says, big up Tony boy, the beast. He did it again. He's talking about the beast Merino. We'll be talking all about that London derby with Chelsea Football Club. I'm sure Ola will have a lot to say. Ola, just before we get into this Chelsea Arsenal shenanigans, the London derby down there today in our home at the carpet. Ola, chime into this Liverpool bottling. We can call them serial bottlers this season. Bottle the Champions League despite having 5 to 6 world-class players in their team. Not many teams can boast of the elite kind of players they have in that team. And bro, they just went away to PSG, whom Arsenal beat up in the Champions League. Throw that all away. Same question goes to you, Ola. What did you see? What was different about this Newcastle Liverpool game today? Carabao Cup final, and we're seeing Newcastle up on the chase, wanted more goals. They got their goals, wanted more goals, kept on attacking, completely different from the way Mikel Arteta would actually approach the game. If you compare, contrast it together, I mean, just look at it holistically and give us a critical appraisal of what Newcastle did today against Liverpool.
I mean, look, Newcastle's had our number all season. Season, people.
Right? All season.
All season. Right? We didn't lay a glove on them. And I kind of wanted them to go ahead and win, but I did predict Liverpool to take it. And that was simply because I know they're going for the league. So by virtue of them getting to the final, they know they get this win, they can literally get that confidence boost to just leave everybody behind, even though they're 12 points clear right now, which, you know, I've already considered the league. I'm sure, you know, a lot of Arsenal fans, you know, in recent weeks have already like, you know what, I'm not bothering about the league no more. Maybe Champions League now is the only pot that we're looking at, and looking at, you know, finish as high as you possibly can. But right now in the form that they're in, you know, them getting beat in Champions League, getting beat in the cup like this, could it trickle down into the Premier League and leave some kind of hope again? But then again, you'd have to think Arsenal won't drop no point. So it's just it's more hurting yourself thinking about it in that way. But when you look at the cup in isolation, Newcastle, this is a typical example of what a fantastic bagsman can get you. Yeah, a striker. For 3 years.
Guys, let that say that rewind it back. Yeah, maybe they're not listening to rewind it back. Come on, bro. Rewind it back. Talk to these people. Talk to them.
Can get you. Yeah, and Isak was so unlucky with the first offside because Bruno Guimaraes was interfering with the goalkeeper. That was a good goal on Isak's part. It was just Bruno Guimaraes interfering with the goalkeeper. Otherwise, it was on. Even when you look at the onside part, somebody left him onside on the far end, so it was onside in terms of that. But when the first shot was struck, Guimaraes was interfering with play, which is why Isak didn't get. He could have got a brace. Maybe he could have got a hat trick, like you said. You know, he would have got a hat trick easy today. Easy. He was absolutely on it. You know, and that's what a striker can get you. So, and that's something we don't have. We don't have that in our ranks right now. It's one of the reasons why I believe that our season has really, really suffered in terms of actually having a proper bagsman. And not just a bagsman, we still need some specialists in certain areas of the pitch. But the striker is the one that we really
like Odegaard. I mean, let's call the names. Let's call the names. Like Odegaard's position. We need someone who's down there who will come. I mean, it's time we start calling names.
I didn't want to jump into Arsenal. Yeah, I want to give Newcastle their full credit. I want to give Newcastle their full credit. Right? And when you look at the route that they've taken to the final, it's not really been easy for Newcastle. It's not been easy for them. And today we see Anton Deck, you know, Alan Shearer, them man, they were jumping all up and down. It was nerves when
they were so happy, man.
With 3 minutes to go, but all in all, great spectacle is something that you always want to be a part of. I've said it so many times. As a fan, I want my day in Wembley. I don't give a fuck how we get there. Stop disrespecting Cups. Let's not. I mean, when you look at the type of teams that we've lost to in Cups, it's disgraceful. But Newcastle's taking it seriously. They've been to Cup finals against United. They've been to Cup finals against Liverpool last year, and they've been in another Cup final today. And when you look at what's the manager, Eddie Howe, and the job that he did with Bournemouth, taking them from the place that he took them, got them
from where they were,
brought them into the Premier League. This is a qualified, bona fide manager we're talking about. He's done all these steps. He's built Bournemouth and then left and took another project in Newcastle, got them into finals after finals, and now he's brought them the first silverware in 56 years.
I mean, Ola, you just said something. You just said something. Disrespecting the cops. Is it that Mikel Arteta disrespected, or he was beaten fair and square? There's a big difference in those two things.
No, when you look at the squad selection for those games, he disrespected the cup, my guy. Trust me. I'm not just picking this out. This is something we all went through together, bro. We saw it. We saw it. All them cup games and the selection. I mean, the likes of Lokonga, the likes of Nuno Tavares in some of these cups, right? When we should have been building and bringing proper personnel into the. We disrespected the cops, bro. We weren't prepared for it, and when we went in it, we just took it lapsy daisy. And everybody keep talking about, oh yeah, that cup ain't a priority. This cup ain't your priority. Like, you got to start somewhere. We ain't won majors in donkeys. Not since Emery is gone. At least that last FA Cup. And on top of that, when you look at any other silverware, we ain't seen one in the last 20 years. You know what I mean? When we're talking about the Premier League. So, as fans, you want days like this. These are the days that you live for as a fan. Yeah, you let the club deal with admin. You let the club deal with the admin. But as a fan, a day like this in Wembley, nice sunny day, everybody celebrating. This is what you want as a fan. This is what you want.
Yeah,
Liverpool might be downhearted right now, but they know they got, you know, get their bootstraps and get back to work. Get back to, you know, trying to get to the finish line. The problem, that, you know, the thing that I'm now looking at is how easy or how difficult is the rest of the league, or at least the teams in the top four. The rest of them is going to make it for Liverpool. Are they going to make it difficult for Liverpool? Are they going to make it hard for Liverpool? But in terms of this game and winning this cup, congratulations to Newcastle. They really, really deserve it. And more so, congratulations to Joe Willock as well, going over there and you know,
former Arsenal player Joe Willock lifts a trophy. Yeah, he lifts a trophy today. Yeah, I mean, BBK, I'm gonna bring you straight into this. Yeah, I mean, when you look at Onslaught right now, I mean, he only has the league right now to actually look up to right now, and they've been bundled out of the FA Cup. Is the Premier League, of course, right now? The Premier League is slipping away. I mean, has already slipped away from Arsenal's grasp right now. It's their title to lose right now. Do you think that's a good season? Is that a great season for Onslaught and Liverpool? If you just nix that Premier League, is that title single-handedly good for him? Does it make him such an elite manager once he wins that trophy? Or does he need to still prove himself to you in this league?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about elite. I do think it's a fantastic season because we can't live in a world where you come in and win a Premier League title and everyone is like, it's not a good season. That's a great season, right? Especially from us.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a fantastic season. But as far as him being elite, I don't think he'll be judged as far as being elite until he starts getting his own players. Because if next year when he signs his own players, say Salah leaves, Van Dijk leaves, and Trent leaves, then he starts getting his own players, and then he don't win. It's gonna have the Arteta effect, where people are gonna say you won with Klopp's team. Because that's what we said to Arteta: you won with Emery's team. Ever since you got your own team, you haven't won anything, right?
Yeah.
But I think in isolation, right, that there were, because you know I'm in group chats with Liverpool fans as well. So quad was loading and all this stuff. From that perspective, it looks like it's a bad season because they went out both cups in quick succession. In both games, they were favorites. So you compound all these things.
Yeah.
Every Liverpool fan that I knew, even Cal from Coppish TV, was so confident. Man was saying, as long as we're not down by 4 going back to Anfield, I'm confident we'll go through. What? So he said. You know, he said that. Man said, we're not down by 4 goals going back to Anfield. I'm like, cool, fair play. But over the course of 2 legs, PSG were the better team. And in a one-off
game, they were the better team.
Right, and in a one-off game at Wembley, and this is why I get so frustrated, Ola and Tony, because when we got to the semifinal against Newcastle, we were 1 win away from a final.
Yeah.
Because we only need to win 1 game. We win at the Emirates, go to St. James's Park, stink it out. And in a final at Wembley, I fancy us.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen, bro.
The last time we went to Wembley, we won the trophy.
Yeah.
The Chelsea team that we beat in 2017 for that FA Cup, that was a champion, Premier League champion Chelsea team with Diego Costa. Eden Hazard,
And
world class players.
we brought my Saka from the depths of,
Saka.
and he got man of the match performance in
Yes.
that game. I agree with you.
BBK, you don't want to bring the scars. You don't want to bring the scars for Ola to see right now. I mean, you don't want Ola to start talking about the scars that we have in the team.
Final, especially at Wembley, I fancy us. That's why I was so frustrated that these men came to the Emirates and punched us up 2-0. Like Ola said, we didn't lay a glove on them. Give ourselves a chance.
Days,
and I'm sitting there today. One of the things that came to my mind was, Arteta, you said you were a football man. Are you watching? I hope you're watching this. I hope you're sitting
exactly
watching this, knowing you spent 65 million on Havertz, put him on 280 when Isak was 63 million, he's on 120 at Newcastle.
Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable.
Bro, so in isolation, I think it's a fantastic season for Slot. In when you look at it holistically, you come in a new league, the hardest league we say to manage in, and win the league your first year. But I do think Liverpool fans be careful, because once Mo Salah leaves, only a world-class player can replace a world-class player. There aren't Mo Salahs just floating around out there. There aren't Van Dijks just floating around. And then he start getting his own players in. I can see some of the, especially if they don't win once he start getting his own players in, the fan base can become divided. And then it would be, okay, you just won with Klopp's team. That would be the narrative that would run.
Yeah, definitely. Voodoo Dog Gaming is down here. That's my graphic guy. He says, yes, Tony and Ola. I'm not sure who the other guy is, but big up, guys. Yeah, his name is BBK. He's my brother. I mean, he just started coming down to shows. It's his first time today, but I mean, you guys see the chemistry between all of us down here, and he'll be showing up to his to this channel. I'll be showing up to his channel. Ola is my old boy down here. Big respect to it. Ola, let me bring you down into the game. Let me put you in the game. Ola, see, yeah, it's very, very simple, yeah. Is Eddie Howe an elite manager for you right now? And I mean, how many managers can say in the last 10 seasons, I mean, English managers can say that they have won the Carabao Cup? It's very difficult for English managers to feed down here in this league. I mean, we don't. I mean, we can go back. It could then backwards. Yeah, how many British or English managers have actually won the Premiership title? Have any English manager won? I don't think so.
It's never been happened.
I don't think so. It has never happened. So I mean, yeah.
There are currently only 2 English managers in the Prem. There's only 2 out of 20. It's Eddie Howe and Graham Potter.
Exactly.
And he just came in because Lopetegui got sacked. So it really and truly,
exactly,
it's an indictment on the manager. But yeah, Ola, I'd love to hear your thoughts on why.
Exactly. So Ola, I mean, is this manager? I mean, does he get into that Hall of Fame for you? Is he not an elite manager for winning this Carabao Cup right now?
I don't know about Hall of Fame. Look, it's a wonderful achievement. It's a wonderful achievement. Eddie Howe, when you look at his story, his journey, the way he came into the league, coming in with Bournemouth, you know, winning, getting them promoted time after time until they got into the Premier League, did it in a nice time frame as well. Got them stable in the Premier League and went to look for a new project in Newcastle. And you know, he's had his ups and downs with transfer market. They've not really been able to spend like the owners would have liked to back him. But you know, he bought smart with some of the players that he brought in, the Tonalis, the Guimaraes, you know, the Isaks. He bought smart. He even brought in Trippier. Trippier coming back from
Trippier from Atletico Madrid
under Simeone. So you'll have that mentality there. Bringing in Joe Willock, he had a nice blend of workhorses. You know, Harvey Barnes, he would really get off the bench and score a few goals for him. So the way that he set up his team and the way that he goes about his business, he's got big, physical, imposing defenders at the back, and he's got a fantastic goalkeeper in Nick Pope. So on their day, they're very capable of, you know, battering teams. Like, people forget, man. Like you look at when they beat Newcastle, PSG at their ground. Like, that was still the same thing.
Mm.
They're capable of that. Like they battered PSG with
Mbappe.
Neymar, with Mbappe, all those guys still in that team. They absolutely destroyed them. You know,
they did.
And that's the type of manager that Eddie Howe, he's got it in the locker. And I'm worried how good this guy could really be when the coffers get unlocked for Newcastle owners, bro. I am worried what this guy could really do. He's clearly very, very talented. I wouldn't say elite, but you know, he's starting to rub shoulders with some of the big guys. And when you win a cup like this, all you want to do is do more. And if you get the backing of Newcastle, the Saudi man that's over there at Newcastle, the way that they like this manager, it looks like they really like him, because when he's gone through tough times, and he has gone through his tough times, other owners probably would have pulled the trigger on him and said, you know what, we want to go in a different direction. But they haven't done that. They've stuck with it. And that's showing me that they're believing in him. And maybe, you know, once they're allowed to really spend, it'll be interesting what they give him to go into the market with. And that could disrupt what Arsenal fans are now hoping for next season, because they're thinking, okay, maybe Slot's going to start fucking up when Salah and Van Dijk goes. They're not even thinking about City repairing themselves and coming back into the frame. What about Newcastle? Could Newcastle now have this new mentality that, hey, listen, we want to start challenging at the top too, and we got the financial muscle to do it, you know? And not just the financial muscle, but we also got the right manager that's now crossed over the line and won silverware, you know, a competitive
and won something,
whichever way you want to look at Carabao Cup is a competitive.
And he didn't win it easy, just like you said. He didn't win it easy. He had to go through a Hockling task to win the trophy.
Charity lead. It's not no charity shield. It's not none of that. It's a competitive cup within the season. And for me, he's gotten them over the line on that one. And you know, only time will tell how much hunger they've gotten from winning tonight. Only time will tell. And if I'm putting money on it, I think they're going to be way more hungrier.
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay, guys, see ya, people. Yeah, I mean, it's good and okay when we talk of the Liverpools. I mean, Liverpool's going to win a title this season. Yeah, they're going to win the Premiership. So, I mean, we've just talked about Newcastle. They're going to win. They've already won the Carabao Cup. So now let's talk about Arsenal. I mean, we're so cursed that we don't win anything. But let me put you guys through what happened today. Arsenal versus Chelsea, pure London derby. Yeah, it doesn't get hard. It doesn't get into a war than this. Yeah, guys. Yeah, Arsenal versus Chelsea. Chelsea haven't beaten Arsenal in 7 meetings. Yeah. The last time they actually beat Arsenal, what is their former manager, the German guy?
Thomas Tuchel.
That was the last time they actually did beat Arsenal. And that same year, they were champions, European champions at the time, when they did beat us, at the time. Since then, they've not won Arsenal in 7 meetings. They hit back. Yeah. And then today, Arsenal faced Chelsea Football Club at home, a team that has scored the same amount of goals that we have scored as a team. Chelsea has scored 53 goals this season. Arsenal have scored 53 goals this season. Yeah. Chelsea have conceded about 37 goals, if I'm correct, this season. Arsenal have only conceded 24 this season. Yeah. So defensively, we're more better than that team. They've conceded about 37 goals. Yeah, it's a decent goals conceded, but yeah, it's a bit poor. From a team that is currently in fourth this season. My brother, Arsenal needed the beast, Merino, Magic, long goal to actually secure that win today. BBK Sports, I know you have a lot to say. Please let it roll. Let the blood flow.
Yeah, so Chelsea, like you said, Chelsea haven't beaten us. The last time they beat us at the Emirates is when Lukaku bodied Pablo Mari. You remember that one? And Reece James scored.
No.
That was the year we had a horrid start to the season. That's the year we lost 2-0 to Brentford. Then we lost 2-0 to Chelsea at home, and then took
hated that season, bro.
We took 5 at City, bro. We were at the bottom of the Prem, 0 goals scored, negative.
Don't you to get 40 points?
It was peak, bro. We took some serious banter. So yeah, but ever since then it's been standard routine performance when Chelsea come to the Emirates. This game, pretty much in a nutshell, was the most comfortable, boring 1-0 I've ever seen. Like even when we went to their gaff and beat them 1-0 in the first title trust season, even though it was a 1-0, the game was somewhat exciting. Like today, it's like Gabriel and Saliba weren't really worried. They were just like, yeah. They was just going through the motions, and then the set piece goal. I think, it's just like we've. It wasn't the 5-0 that we battered them last year when they came to the Emirates, and the trip before that they were 3-0 down at halftime. But it was routine, professional 1-0 performance. I'll take it because essentially, title race, we're in a top 4 battle. Title race was dead, top 4 battle, and I think I was streaming with Abs, and I was basically saying, going into the rest of the season, get ready.
Shout out, Abs Waffle TV show. Go subscribe to that channel. Of course, that's my close brother too, man. Of course. Shout out to Waffle TV. That's my guy, my brother. It doesn't get better than that. Yeah, BBK, you were saying something.
What I saw today is pretty much what I have prepared myself for. The way we play today, just 9 more games of stinky football, trying to wrap up a Champions League spot.
Guys, let that sink in. Ola, bro, let it flow. Long goal from Merino. Merino doesn't get into our midfield, but somehow this guy has outscored our strikers. That we have right now is outscored Trossard's goal tally this season in the league. He has he's within touching distance of Martinelli's goals this season in the league. It's within touching distance. If you check it out, he scored 4 goals this season. Bro, he scored 4 goals. Sorry, it's 5, right? He scored 5 goals. That's almost the same thing with what Martinelli has dished out this season. My brother, man, what do you have to say about that London derby that happened today? And of course, take us through the ground of Merino Magic today, man. What do you think?
First of all, it was a low quality game, very low quality from both teams. I know people said it was comfortable, and the reason I say is low quality is because of how we played, how we didn't look after the ball, a lot of forced errors, between passing. We couldn't string 3-4 passes together, bro. Like, it was just one of them games. So stodgy. Our defense really didn't have much to do. Maybe, got troubled once by Cucurella, and that literally slipped past Raya. And I thought, boy, that was going to nestle into the bottom corner, but he just went wide. But other than that, I didn't really see much that Chelsea did. But in saying that, it made the game look comfortable. But when you're looking at a game where maybe in the first 20-25 minutes, the chances we had, we could have been 3-4-0 up.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. Odegaard had a couple chances. Trossard had a chance. Like, it was crazy. And I don't think Chelsea knew how to deal with it. And look, I don't want to kill Chelsea too much because they've just brought in a manager that's coming from the Championship.
Yeah.
And that shit ain't easy. It's not, it's not easy to really work out the league like that. We're just talking about Eddie Howe coming from lower leagues into the Premier League. So he's still trying to figure things out, and to find himself in top 4 when I thought they were dead and buried down there, that says something about Maresca. So and again, they're gonna get backed. They're going to get back to next season. We know Chelsea's always.
And he's in top 4. He's in top 4.
They're going to play.
He's in top 4.
They're probably going to win the Conference League the way that things is looking for them. So, there is again things that can spark hunger for their club, right? But what are we doing? Right? Like BBK just said, we're just going to stink out 9 games just to try and wrap up fourth place. Or to be in and around the top 4 to get Champions League next year. right? But they could still see silverware, despite what we're saying about Chelsea, despite what we're saying about, oh yeah, the last time they've been around to the Emirates they could have a clean sweep of every single European trophy that's been available to them. That's crazy, right? So that's what we then need to look at and say they're going to improve next year. They're going to spend money, which means they're going to improve. Maybe even if they don't improve on the pitch, but at least squad wise, they'll probably improve some of that. I saw them bringing on some players today, and I'm like, "What the hell is that? What the hell is that?" And I'm thinking, you know what? They're actually they're putting these players on shop window, because when it gets to the summer, this is what Chelsea does. They're going to sell some of these players, get some money in, and go hard again. And they know how to sell players. Oh yeah, Chelsea knows that they know how to sell players, man.
They know. I mean, Ola, it's great, and this is why I like Ola, man. I mean, it's like it reads my mind. I mean, in spirit of that, with what he just said, Sancho. I'm hearing rumors of Arsenal going for Sancho. BBK Sport, chew into that, man. Arteta looking into Sancho, bro.
Do we not learn?
I saw it in the dailies, bro.
Do we not learn?
I saw it in the dailies.
That's what that is to me, bro.
I would not be surprised.
Bro, I saw it in the dailies yesterday.
How many more of Chelsea's trash are we gonna just take? But like we got Sterling on loan and we still got robbed. It's a loan.
Days,
we got William for free and we got robbed. What are you talking
and big
about,
up to
bro?
William, by the way, because he could have
William.
He ripped up his contract. He ripped up his contract to go back.
I don't believe in this process.
Yeah, bro. William, check. David Luiz. Like, do we not? So we take their trash and we give him Giroud and Ashley Cole.
Gallas. Everyone has forgotten about Gallas. Yeah. We got Gallas into this football club. Yeah, I mean, a trail of failures from that Chelsea, from that Chelsea dump.
He was stinky.
Coming to our club and dumped themselves down there. Ola, I know you don't want to see Sancho here. I know you don't want to see him here.
Yeah, you know what? They could talk about some. At least they're not even talking about bringing Mudryk here, because I'm bloody scared of that one. You know what I mean? Look, I'm tired of buying Chelsea's rejects. Yes, that's number one. Yes. I'm tired of giving Chelsea money.
Yeah,
right. I'm just tired of it, because nothing good comes out of us buying players from Chelsea. When our players go to them, they're going to live for trophies. When we buy players from them, David Luiz, fucking you name it, we've had it from Chelsea, bro. But and it never works.
Deep it
never works.
Havertz won these men a Champions League, and they couldn't wait to get rid of him. They couldn't wait to give him to us. And
they couldn't wait.
We played full price for out of four Kai Havertz. That might be the heist of the century. Selling, I don't know which one is worse. Them selling us Havertz for 65 or selling Mason Mount to United for 60. I don't know.
I think that one's worse. I think that one. I'd say that.
I think Mount is worse.
Mount has been on the injury table.
Yeah, because he's always plagued with injuries anyway. It's hardly played for them this season. It's always plagued with injuries.
United fans cannot really tell me that they've celebrated a lot of Mount's goals. I've been on stream celebrating Kai Havertz's goal. He's made an impact. Look, it's not the be all and end all. Havertz is supposed to be a part of another player, like a Isak, where he can play off of it.
He ought to feed off. He ought to feed off a main striker. He's not even a striker.
But we haven't got that. We've got him by himself, which is why a lot of people are shitting on Havertz. If Havertz had like another counterpart that he can work off of,
that can feed off from.
People look at Havertz in a different light based on the way that he plays. So I don't know. It's a tough one. I just think until we do what's required, we always leave one off, two off in the window until we do what's really required and go the whole way and buy everything that we need. We'd never be successful in challenging, bro.
Yeah,
we're never going to be successful in challenging, and that starts with the owners, straight to this manager, straight to the coaching staff, and these players as well. I'm a firm believer that Odegaard is Asgard. He is Asgard. Odegaard, he's from Asgard. He's got the passport, bro. I'm a firm believer this guy buckles under pressure. I'm a firm believer that this guy is not water of the ducks back when it comes to pressure.
Bro, he completely disappeared today. Odegaard disappeared today.
Taking shots, and it's something you could have slapped to the fucking pillow, bro. Like pillow foot settings, brother. I'm telling you, man. The chances he had today, Bruno Guimaraes, if he hits that, he's slapping it. Bruno Fernandes, if he hits that, he's slapping it.
Even Zinchenko. Even Zinchenko will take a shot.
Right.
Even Zinchenko. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly.
Midweek. Odegaard doesn't shoot that ball against PSV.
Midweek. Exactly, man.
I'm referring to other captains from these other clubs. Gotcha. Right? Zinchenko, yes. But like Bruno Guimaraes, captain for his club. Bruno Fernandes. I'm talking about being a captain and living up to the pressure that comes with the captain. I don't think he has that. I haven't seen it. And each time you're looking for this brother to take the lead in the team, and he just half-hearts. It's like half-heart.
It just disappears. He disappears. He just disappears.
He is not enough as a captain. I said today, man, delete the captain armband from him. Like, don't let him see it again. Take it off of him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Give it to Gabriel.
But that might disrupt the team, don't you think? That might disrupt the team, don't you think?
Hey, listen. Yeah, this is the part that I'm talking about. It's not about disrupting the team. I said it earlier on when they took the armband off for Xhaka. I saw Xhaka play better. I saw Xhaka play with freedom. I saw different ground.
That's true. That's true.
When
that's true.
The armband off of him. It doesn't necessarily have to disrupt the season. The season is gone to pots anyways. The season is gone. You know what I mean? What's left of the season? What, Champions League? What, against Real Madrid? And you think we're gonna go over there and get a win get a result over 2 legs? What we could do with Newcastle?
Olami and you have a problem in that one. I do think that we should go down to the Bernabeu and try to get something. I mean, let's have a fight. Let's have a fight. I'm not gonna sit down here. No, see, of course, I get you. I completely get you. With our players right now, we cannot get. I mean, we ought not to get anything against Real Madrid. But I mean, let's flip the script. Yeah, if PSG can come from Paris, having lost the game, and come down to Anfield. Even me and BBK were talking about this. Off camera. Yeah. And if Paris Saint-Germain could come down to Anfield, one of the most vociferous crowd, arenas to go to in the Champions League, and did what they did to Liverpool without the world-class players that Liverpool have got in their team, bro, why can't Arsenal go and do a job in Bernabeu, but first do a job down here? I mean, let's have a fight before we even give it up. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying we're going to go there and smash them up. I'm just saying, let's don't give up before we go down there. Let's have a fight. But again, that's completely a different scenario. Right now, BBK, I'll bring you down into the frame. Yeah? Martin Odegaard disappeared. But there's something quite different, yeah? Martinelli came down today, yeah? I saw that movement. Yeah, I've criticized Martinelli all through the season, yeah? I saw that movement. I saw him trying to take his man. Something completely different with Sterling. I mean, that one can't even do anything. No tricks, no magic. His assist is dried up. He's not going to be playing in the first leg of the Champions League. So throw that all away. But just look at Martinelli. Came into the game. I know he's just getting back his fitness levels. But he's trying to beat his man. He's trying to make those runs. I saw those efforts today. Although his final ball looks horrible. To be quite frank, do you think us getting back Martinelli at this time and the prospect of getting Bukayo Saka back just in time before we face Real Madrid at home on April 9th, just give us a critical appraisal of that. Is that something we should look forward to? will that give Real Madrid problems? I mean, we'll go to Ola to sample his opinion on that. And I mean, I understand that he thinks we have nothing to do playing with Real Madrid right now, but I'll sample that opinion. But BBK, just tell us, do you think Martinelli and Bukayo Saka being back is something that Arsenal fans should be excited about, since we're to face Real Madrid, in that Champions League game?
I don't want to see Saka for the rest of the season. I don't want the kid rush back. What we're gonna do is short-term gain. In a short-term gain, I don't think
look at Allah. Allah's having the victory lap.
For BBK, man.
Because the reports that I'm reading, the hamstring was completely torn off the bone. He required surgery. I don't want to rush him back just for Real Madrid. Now, we've gotten this far without him. Let's be very, very clear. Arsenal Football Club have earned the right to play against Real Madrid. We didn't just stumble up here in the quarterfinals, right? We've earned the right to be here without Saka in the squad. As far as Martinelli goes, I think he's peaked. I think that 2022/2023 season, when we got 16 goals out of him, is not the best you're going to get. And for us, that took us close. Didn't get us over the line. I think to get to the next level, we need a winger that can get by his man, right? Because our attack is so right side dominant. That triangle we had last year with Ben White, Odegaard, and Saka, the fact that it was so effective was actually impressive. But I'll give Arteta some credit for that, because our left side was completely dead. There was nothing coming from Martinelli, nothing coming from Trossard, nothing down the middle, really. So all of our attack came down that right side. And as far as be clear, Martinelli is in the squad because he makes us very difficult to beat, because he tracks back a lot. He's up and down the wing.
Yeah, he tracks back a lot. It helps out.
He helps out our left back. So he's 100% sure to start against Real Madrid, because we're going to need all that work, right? But the only problem I have with us going up against Madrid is the first leg is at home, right? Which confuses me, because we're a higher seeded team. I don't know how we're playing the second leg away, but that's a conversation for another day. But there is no score line that we can score at the Emirates that will make me comfortable going to the Bernabeu. Yeah, even if we're up 2 goals, I'm going there nervous, because I've seen
even
Chelsea
with the fit Saka that didn't fucking rip his hamstring. I mean, people forget, bro. Like, I keep saying it. People forget, bro. We were here last year, and I don't know how this guy Tony can sit here and try and tell me that within 2 legs of fucking ties against Real Madrid, with the kind of forwards that we've got, that we've seen all season. I'm not talking about what we did last year. What we did last year was even fucking crazier. This year, we've been toothless in a lot of games. And you think we're going to go with our front line, Trossard, Martinelli, and MERINO? Hold on. And MERINO against Mbappe, Vini, and whoever else fucking Don Ancelotti wants to throw up there. Right, we know our defense can handle work. But the problem is they got way more clinical forwards than our forwards. So if we're going, they have a chance, we have a chance. They're more likely to score first and score their chances versus the most inconsistent forward line that you've seen the entirety of this season. It's crazy. And we went through it with Bayern last year. People say, oh, yeah, this Bayern is shit. They're rubbish. Oh, we beat them out. When we go to the Alliance, what happened? The fucking pressure gets to this team, which is one of the reasons why I'm so critical of this captain. Why I'm so critical of this captain, because when you say, oh, yeah, bro, let's go over there and fight, who's going to lead this fight? Who's leading this fight for you? What, the guy you just told me in this Chelsea 1-0 win just vanished? And it's not the first time they vanished. Who's going to lead this fight, bro? I'm asking you. No, genuine question. Who's leading this fight? This fight that you want to go and fight at the Bernabeu. Who's going to fucking lead this fight? Who's spearheading?
Ola, what I've said is that Arsenal.
I'm calling FBI on
Ola, see, I mean, everyone seems to like to attack the radio guy. I mean, it's a predominant figure right now. Yeah, they like attacking the radio guy. But Ola, this is all I've said, that Arsenal shouldn't car before we go down to play these people. Ola, and I'll give you footnotes. I'm not just saying it because I'm talking.
That you're talking about.
Ola, I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that because I'm talking. I'm saying that because I have proofs that that Real Madrid could be got at this season. I mean, they had a drab qualification from Europe this season. Yeah, throw that all away. Yeah, at the end, I mean, when they get to the quarterfinals, semifinals, they're a more better team. I hear that. But they're not invincible this season. Athletic Bilbao, I mean, beat them black and blue this season. Barcelona beat them home and away. Yeah, black and blue, including a 5-2 winner at the Bernabeu this season. Throw that all away if it doesn't make sense for you. 2 weeks ago, Real Betis, yeah, smacked up this same Real Madrid team we're hailing right now. Good. If that doesn't do the magic for you, throw that all away. Española beat them this season in the Spanish La Liga. Why are we talking about Real Madrid as if they're invincibles this season? If you don't believe any of those facts, yeah, throw that all away. See, Ola, if you don't believe in that, yeah, throw that all away. Good. You're a legend. Ola, no problem. Throw that all away. See, Ola, if you can't believe what the stats tell you, I believe in those stats, yeah. Real Madrid isn't invincible this season. They could be got at. They struggled to win against an Atletico. I felt they cheated their way through and won against Atletico. Throw that all away. It means nothing. At least believe your legend. Ola, wait. Believe. If you don't believe that, at least believe your legend. Believe your legend. Who came out a couple of days ago and he said, you know what? Yeah, Arsenal have a chance. They can at least go down there and believe in themselves that they could be able to get Real Madrid and smack them up. That's what your legend said, not me. Don't take what I say as shit, as trash. Your own legend, yeah, Thierry Henry. I know you're not going to abuse him because I saw you backing, Thierry Henry over what he said previously about Mikel Arteta. So no one is going to abuse him now, right? So good and okay. I didn't say that. It was your legend who has, he has a statue outside your stadium. He said that, not me. If he's saying believe, then why don't you want to believe that you can actually pull something off when it comes to Real Madrid?
Because just because he said believe doesn't mean I believe in this captain, bro. This captain has let me down time and time again this season.
I didn't say I believe in the captain. I said don't just go there and car. Don't just go there and get pushed and get tossed out. Tossed about.
Tony, hold on. I asked you a question. I said, who is going to lead this fucking fight that you're talking about, bro? And I don't hear a name. Because you don't believe in this captain either. BBK, you hear what I'm saying, innit? Who's going to lead this fight?
Yeah, the thing with Odegaard, like when
Odegaard
he just came
vanishes,
to the club,
bro.
Yeah, when he just came to the club, I was one of the ones to give him a chance. And I think the problem is when we're 4-5. If you watch the PSG game that he got man of the match for, when the game was close, the 7-1 I'm talking about, when the game was close in the first half, he was non-existent.
You weren't there.
In the second half, when we're up by 6 goals, he starts to dance all over the place, right? He's shooting and that's my problem with him. When everything is going well, he looks brilliant. But in the quarterfinals, in the Champions League, this is anything but brilliant. This is where it gets real nasty. That Rudiger, he's a complete shithouse, bro. Like, get ready for some serious shithousery from him. And I do think we have a chance because of our defense. The problem is, if Real Madrid score and we have to open up, we have a big problem with that squad because they have a very young midfield. They can start Bellingham, Camavinga, Tchouameni, 3 guys who are winning the ball.
And I think they know him well enough as well at Real Madrid. They could just
actually Tchouameni is suspended. Tchouameni is suspended for the first match. It's suspended for the first match.
Right now, they could bring us Dani Ceballos. Like, look, they got embarrassed.
Ceballos has been their best midfielder this season. For me, Ceballos has been their best midfielder, and I still do think that we can cage the guy. I still do think we can catch Ceballos. He played in this football club, and it was totally trash. And he's the best midfielder this season.
Hear me from this perspective. If, say, it was a Fabregas that was leading us out, you'd say, believe, I believe. A Thierry Henry leading us out. You say, believe, I believe. Tony Adams leading us out. You say, believe, I believe. Vieira leading us out. You say believe, I believe. Van Persie leading us out. You say believe, I believe.
Ola, I didn't say that. It was your legend that said that. Thierry Henry said that, not me. Thierry Henry said that, not me.
I'm saying to you,
he said believe.
I don't care what Thierry Henry said. I'm saying to you, I believe in all these captains that I've just named to you. I do not believe in Odegaard. It's my point. And if I don't believe in Odegaard, who are you telling me or convincing me to go and lead this fight that you're talking about is going to happen in Bernabeu? That's still the question that you've refused to answer. Can you answer the question, please?
See, Ola, we've had a mediocre season this season, yeah, and Odegaard hasn't even been the one pulling the strings in the games that we've won this season. So we've been pulling off results in the absence of Odegaard. There was a time when he was injured; he never played. Arsenal didn't completely go down the drain. They still fought. They still won some games this season without Odegaard. So it's not really the focal point of what I'm looking at right now. Without Odegaard, we can still win games. We won games when he was injured. We can still win games. And I'm not, in no way am I saying that team is going to be the team to match Real Madrid. But I'm saying don't just face Real Madrid and get slapped up. Don't go there and get slapped up by Real Madrid.
You would need your captain to really rally up the team to make.
We don't need Odegaard. We don't need. I mean, we've been going through the season without Odegaard anyway.
So what is his purpose if you don't need him? What's his purpose? What's his purpose in the team?
No, I'm just saying that Arsenal have won lots of games even without Odegaard.
Well, but in
this season, scratch that away. If you don't even believe that, then look at it. Then look into Saka. Look into Saka. I mean, we've not. I mean, have we lost any Premiership game since he left the squad?
Like BBK said earlier on, you get to the semi-final, you're looking at one game, bro. One game to really get to the final and give yourself a chance at glory, right? One game, and you want to hang your hat and your belief. Just because
no, I'm not hanging my hat. I'm just saying, go there and put up a fight. That's all I'm saying. That this team is not invincible. They could be got at. They could, bro. Or like there's nothing you would tell me. I argued this thing with Lee Gunner the other day. We had a first battle on air, me and Lee Gunner, and I told him face to face. Lee Gunner is someone. Shout out to Lee Gunner. He's someone I actually like to have a conversation with. But I'm sorry, man. I have to hold my fort with this one. I don't think we should be going in that game against Real Madrid and carring because they could be got at. If you're telling me something like Barcelona, yeah, okay, maybe not. If you're telling me maybe a team like maybe Inter Milan or something, I'll say okay, they'll smack us up. But I mean, Real Madrid, yeah, I hear that. Kylian Mbappe, I hear that. But remove Kylian Mbappe out. They're already missing Tchouameni. They struggled yesterday against a Villarreal team that's very, very poor, by the way. They've been beaten by Española. They've been beaten by Real. It's just 2 weeks ago. They've been beaten by Atletico Bilbao. They had a shabby qualification in the European in the Champions League tables. Bro, they're not a perfect team. They could be got at. They could be got at. And they could be got at. And going by what Paris Saint-Germain did at Anfield, why shouldn't Arsenal go down there and have a fight? Why can't we fight? Why should we carve of Real Madrid? I mean, they're not invincibles or something like that. And again, people keep forgetting that Arsenal still... No, see, and this is no Top Gunner stuff. This is not Top Gunner stuff. This is just common sense. It's common sense. It's common sense. We beat Sporting Lisbon away from home this season. This same PSG that went to Anfield and beat Liverpool up, we smacked them up this season. So bro, trust me, we did that without the best striker in the world. So we did that definitely with Odegaard ghosting in that game. So let's don't just throw that all away.
That PSG that we smacked up, that's the same PSG you think came to Anfield and beat Liverpool?
You see, guys, you see. I mean, when it comes to Arsenal, we're like moving it about. We're like moving the post about. We're like moving the post about.
And all you're doing is asking me
but no problems
without answering the goddamn. I told you you're in the wrong job, bro. You're in the wrong job. I'm telling you, Tony. You're such a politician, bro. Mad.
guys. That's me and Allah for you, man. I mean, he likes hitting the radio guy hard, but we're just gonna take it with a pinch of salt at this time. But see BBK Sports, yeah. BBK Sports, yeah. I mean, look into that Real Madrid match, yeah. I mean, what do you think? Do you think Bukayo Saka gives this? I mean, I know you said that you don't want to see him down there, but since he's here already, does it help us out in that matchup? Do you think it troubles them in any way? Well, that question too goes for you too, but we'll start with BBK.
It just depends. It just depends on what condition he comes back, because we play them the first leg on the 8th, right? That's what, 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, coming off a surgery. I don't know if he's going to be match fit and all this other stuff. But the thing even with Bukayo Saka in the squad going into a tie with Real Madrid, they have multiple, and I repeat, multiple match winners in that squad. I'm not sure I can say the same for us. Now, I don't think they'll smack, because I do rate our defense highly. Like, Saliba has played against Mbappe for 3 years in France. Like, so he's played against Mbappe before. Our defense is good. Like, no team has scored 3 goals all season. We have not conceded 3 goals in any comp this season. So I don't think they're going to smack us up, but I just think coming down to it, they have so many matches. You take Vini out, you take Mbappe out, there's that late run from Bellingham. Valverde is just like a machine. The guy never stops running. Rodrigo is the most underrated player, underrated, but the most underappreciated player across that front line. Ceballos has found form. And then Don Carlo versus Arteta. Arteta makes twice the money as Carlo.
That's the worry.
Rodrigo give me Benzema vibes. Like, he is low-key so good, but he's so underrated because
he's good.
Stars up there in Vini and Mbappe.
Yeah, but we will learn a lot. Yeah, we will learn a lot about our Arsenal team, because this is what we wanted, right? We wanted to be with the big boys. This is what we said.
I didn't want him this early.
Yeah, this is
this is not what I want. Speak for yourself, brother. I didn't ask for this.
Allah said this is not.
Give me that.
What are the chances? Of course, that same question goes to you, Ola. What are the chances of Arsenal, just picking up when Bukayo Saka comes in? As in, does he offer anything for us right now, coming into this matchup against Real Madrid?
Yes, it does.
And also consider that Real Madrid have a clogged and congested schedule before that time. Arsenal will rest up for some time before that Champions League matchup. But Don Carlo and his men, I don't think so. They say have lots of matches. 2 more matches to play before that time. So, and Arsenal would just rest in the internationals and something like that. But just put that into perspective.
We said that before the West Ham game, and look where it got us, bro. You know what I mean? They play like the team that had the rest, and we play like the team that's so tired. Even though we have all that rest. So to me, I'm not even taking that as any sort of way, other than they got more time to prepare, and hopefully, whatever game plan that they put together ends up coming off, or at least most of it, comes off. And to the question that you asked in terms of Bukayo Saka. Yeah, of course. He adds to what we're gonna do. Bukayo Saka is always, he's Mr. Arsenal, and he's always gonna improve that front line, especially with what we got going on there. So it's a welcome addition, but the only thing that I would have preferred is for him to fully proper get healed. I don't know if the time frame that is healed from this torn hamstring. I don't think, in my eyes, it's sufficient. Based on the injury. I'm not doctors. I'm not a doctor or anything. But based on injuries we've seen other players have, I don't think this is enough time. Especially when you think how much grass Saka covers on the pitch. He covers a lot of grass.
Bro, overplaying him and rushing him back is how we got here in the first place.
Right.
Because if you go back and watch the Liverpool game, Bukayo scored, the boy didn't even celebrate because he was rushed back from injury in that game. Go back and watch that goal when he nutmegs Robertson and roofs it. He stands there. Normally, Saka runs down to the corner flag and does his setup. He stood there because
that boy's tired, man. Like just give him the rest of the season to just get
bro. We need him, man. We need him, man. I mean, if we don't have someone like Bukayo Saka, we're gonna be crushed by Real Madrid. I mean, we need something to go forward. I mean, we need something, a little magic. Yeah,
I do agree with you that having him gives us a little bit of potency up top. But I'm just saying, in the ideal world, this is what I'd prefer. But we're not in the ideal world right now.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the point I was trying to make. We're not in the ideal world right now. So yeah, if Saka got to come in and do what he got to do, fair play. And I hope and pray that he's able to affect the game in a positive way. And just maybe, like you said, all right, I'm gonna give us, if I'm gonna put a percentage on it, I'll give us 10% chance of getting out the 2 legs. That's as fair as I can be. And that's only because Saka's back within that front line.
There's a chance.
There's a chance.
There's a chance. Allah. Then what are you talking about? This is exactly what I was talking about. But because it came from me, then there's a problem. I mean, and I understand, no problems, man. There's no issue. I just said it, that there's a tiny chance, but I mean, everyone is just, but no problem, man. Everyone is just becoming touchy in this topic. Why should we go?
It's not because it came from you. I'm more talking from my standpoint of going to fight without a captain that I believe in. That's my point. I made that point.
No, I hear you, but does anyone here believe that Real Madrid is just going to smack us up like 4-1, 5-1? Is that, do we think like that, BBK? Do you think like that? That we're going to get slapped up by 5 goals to 1? Are we still that team?
The cup competition, you don't need to get slapped up. 1-0 is enough. We've seen it with Atletico Madrid when they did it to us in Europa League. We saw it with Bayern Munich when they did it to us.
I mean, when I was with Lee Gunnar and Deji Spores, I mean, they both said that we might get the same amount of goals that PSG that were pumped into PSV. I mean, that was a talk.
I don't subscribe to that. What they say is what they say. I'm saying what I'm saying. Yeah, them man, they got their own thoughts. I got my own thoughts. My own thought is, I don't think we're going to get slapped up, but we don't need to get slapped up not to get through to the next round. As we've seen with the examples I gave you with Atletico Madrid when we played them and Griezmann scored that goal, that only goal, and they defended it to the end of the earth and got us knocked out. Bayern Munich did it against us last season with 1 goal. That was all it took. I'm concerned about getting to the next round, not by how much they're going to beat us or how much we're going to beat them. That's not the objective here. The objective is to be in the hat for the next round.
Yeah. Now, if we do get to the semis, I can hear the Saka coming back. If we somehow get past Real Madrid for the semis, I can hear it. But for this Real Madrid, I think it's too soon. I think for hamstring surgery, I think it's too soon.
Like I said, we're not doctors, but based on what we've seen over the years of watching football and other sports, this, it's too soon. It's too soon, in my opinion.
I totally agree.
We can't mortgage our future and Saka's health.
But we are here. We are here, though. We are here. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, we're here, man. Because without going into that matchup without Saka, I mean, we're toast. To be very sincere with you, because we do need outlets down the wings, to help us out. At least someone to put pressure on that team. Martinelli alone will not be enough to put enough pressure. I need them when they're coming out. I need them to have that fear. I need them to have that caution, that someone who could break them fast, who's more quicker in transitions, who's more quicker in counterattacks, can actually get at them. And again, Rudiger, like you earlier said, has some certain kind of bozo moments in him. I would like to see Bukayo Saka go face to face with that kind of guy, in the 18-yard box, man for man, and let's see what he can do, band for band. Let's see what happens. But again, that's Real Madrid. Guys, final topic before we go, because in the next 2-3 minutes, we have to close down the show. Andrea Berta. See you guys, I mean, I'm hearing already, I'm already hearing things in the room of meal. Andrea Berta is down here. Andrea Berta is talking talking tough, bringing in Bruno Guimaraes as his first signing. Bro, I've heard so many things. I've heard that Mikel Arteta have sounded him out and told him he wants Nico Williams down here in this team. What's your ideal summer transfer, BBK? I mean, when you hear all these things, yeah, which player do you want Andre Better to go for in the summer coming up? And secondly, do you think Andre Berta is someone that could actually face Mikel Arteta and say, you know what, yeah, I got pride too, and I'm here to do a job. I would like to talk about the signings that you've been making. And I instead I want to bring winners to this football club. Is he the kind of guy to look Mikel Arteta in the face and say, this is what I want, this is how we're gonna do it, and let's go with it?
I hope so.
That's two questions in one.
We need someone to hold Arteta accountable, and that's what a sporting director should do, right? You hire the manager, you fire the manager. As far as this talent ID goes, I look at the Atletico squad going toe-to-toe with Real Madrid and Barcelona over the years. This is the same guy that scouted Rodri and Partey and Gabby and Koke and João Felix and all these others. So his talent ID, based on the players that have played for Atletico over the years, has been good. So if he's bringing that level of pedigree to Arsenal, I welcome it. But I'm more happy or impressed with the fact that we are having someone at the club who can hold this manager accountable. Because right now, I don't think anyone is holding him accountable. I think he just gets to do what he wants. This man pushed an Invincible out the door to go to Forest. You know what I mean? Over whatever disagreement that he had. So if he can bring Simeone with him, cool. But someone who can hold Arteta accountable, his talent ID passes the test for me. And as far as the marquee summer signing, I mean, I hear the Nico Williams shout. I've heard Matoma. Basically, we need someone on the left wing who can get by their man. And right now, Martinelli doesn't do that.
Yeah.
And that's what we need. Maybe if we have great wing play from Saka, well, we know we're going to get from Saka. If we get the same productivity from the left side, maybe 29 will kick on. But
do you fancy Nico Williams to be here? Do you fancy Nico Williams? By the way, talks have already resumed with his camp right now, and as we speak, according to a credible news outlet. I don't know, because me and Ola, we bear the scars of what has been happening, so we might take those news with a pinch of salt, because we've seen the scars. But I mean that's what's been reported by numerous numerous news outlet, respected news outlets are carrying that out, that Arsenal are already in talks with Nico Williams. The people representing him, Arsenal are in talks with him. But do you fancy the guy?
Yeah, I think he's decent. I don't. If we're gonna, the kind of money that they're gonna want, I'd rather spend that money, add 20 million to it, go to Real Madrid and say, give me Rodrigo.
No, they don't want it. It is release clause. His release clause is between 50 to 60 million pounds. That's his release clause. So they are not pricing. There's no pricing about that.
Yeah, I think he's a good player. I think he's an upgrade on Trossard and Martinelli. And if it's a release clause, fair play. We spent 100 million.
So you fancy him at the football club? You like him at the football club? Yeah, would you take what I want to get from you? Will you take a Nico Williams in Arsenal Football Club?
Absolutely.
Definite yes. Definite yes. And sorry, BBK, what's your striker preference?
Isak. I wanted Isak 2 years ago, bro. It's written in the stars. He has there's no weakness in his game. Like his injury record, I think he's debunked that now. He can drift out wide. He's good in the air. He can dribble. He can shoot the ball with conviction. Bro, when have we ever seen Kai Havertz score a goal outside the 18-yard box?
The problem is Kai Havertz is a versatile motherfucker.
He passes the ball and runs into the box.
Specialized motherfucker.
Yeah, bro. I've seen Isak.
Yeah.
Against the 3-3 that they played against Liverpool at St. James's Park. Man receives the ball 30 yards out, looks up, sees Van Dijk, and be like, shrugged his shoulder, moved the ball to his right foot, and just slap it in the top bits. Kai Havertz doesn't score that goal for us.
Mm.
The
true.
fact that if you watch Isak's movement today, Konate and Van Dijk were nervous. They were worried about him. No one loses sleep over Kai Havertz. People lose sleep over the way people used to lose sleep. I heard John Terry used to say, John Terry just got elected like defender of the century or something. This man used to say when he's going up against Thierry Henry, he used to be like, we got a long day tomorrow. Defenders today in the Premier League, Newcastle coming to town are texting each other in the group chat like, bro, we got a long day. They don't do that when Arsenal show up with Kai Havertz. We need that. We need that. If we were walking out to the Bernabeu with Saka, whoever on the left, even Trossard on the left, don't care. But if we had that bagsman, I'd be comfortable going to the Bernabeu.
Yeah, the bagsman. That's Ola, man, bro. Ola with words, my brother, man.
When I say who's gonna lead that fight, you know, it's hard to see. But
I hear you.
I agree with what BBK said here. Isak changes the dynamic, the you know, the way we get approached as a team, because you need a fear factor, and you know what you've seen this season, what fear factor and losing fear factor can do to teams. Just look at Man City, for example. No one's scared of them, right? Because for some reason, just the way they play and not having that Rodri there to glue them together, they became dysfunctional, and people stopped being scared of them, because they now had a blueprint of how to play them. Manchester United, back in the day, people used to be scared of this team. Now you look at them and you think, yeah, I fancy my chances today. What? Who they got? What? Xerxes, Højlund? These guys don't score. Yeah, I fancy my chance today.
Yeah.
Tottenham. So they ain't got Harry Kane no more. Oh, who they got? Oh, so like, they got that. I fancy my chance today. Right? You need strikers that will strike the fear of God in these defenders, where they're worrying about the game, like you said.
Strike the fear of God.
And that's what we need.
The fear of God.
We ain't had one of those in a long time. The one we got stuck with the season before was Gabriel Jesus. Yeah, and he ended up being Judas in the end. And now we've been stuck with fucking Kai Havertz this fucking season that just gone, who's not a striker, is just a versatile motherfucker. We need a specialist. I keep saying I'm going to keep banging this drum. We need a specialist up front. We need specialists in certain positions in the team. And please, God, go and get me a bagsman that can fucking score free kicks, man, from the edge of the fucking box. We ain't got one of them. I ain't seen one since 2021, bro. Yeah? Incidentally, the last person that scored one was fucking Odegaard. You know what I mean? It's been that long ago. There's no consistency to it, right? And these are things we used to have in the toolbox to go and hurt teams. Not
was
just
that the free kick against Burnley?
Yeah.
Was that the last time we scored a free kick against Burnley?
Yeah, it's been that long ago, bro. It's been that long ago, you know. And look how many free kicks opportunities that we get behind on the edge of the box. They take a million years to take it, and then we just punk it away.
Yeah,
we need set piece takers. If we went for set piece, if we went for,
I agree.
If we went for that free kick, against Manchester United, like, we take all 3 points. But Bruno slapped that free kick.
We take all 3 points.
You know,
slapped it up, bro.
Slapped that free kick, and he's been doing it. It's a consistent thing, you know. And we don't have.
It's a consistent,
to do this for us. You know, Santi Cazorla used to. Oh my God. I mean,
either foot.
Yeah,
foot.
those kind of goals are dried up from Arsenal, and that's not the only thing that has dried up, and that brings me to
that needs to come back.
Yeah, sure, and Ola, it's very good you brought that perspective, because that's not the only thing that has dried up, and that takes us to the last topic. But Ola, just before that last one, do you take Nico Williams to this football club? Do you bring him in?
Look, I've not seen enough of him to make a proper judgment, but from what I've seen, there's a little bit of inconsistency in his game, and that's the one problem that I've had with Trossard this season. I like him for the most part because he does work hard. He works hard, and that's the bare minimum that I demand from any player that wears an Arsenal football shirt. Work hard. Make sure you leave everything on that pitch. Make sure you cover every blade, and you impose yourself in the game. You do the basics right. And for the most part, he does that. But it's just the inconsistencies in the business end of the pitch where you really need him to make a decisive decision, whether to shoot or pass. And often, from what I've seen, and like I said, I've not seen a lot of him, so I don't have enough sample size to really go in and break down the attributes that I think he's going to bring to Arsenal. But yeah, for the most part, like I said, you know, he's got a lot of things going for him. I will just prefer a bit more consistency in the finishing end of the pitch when he's making those decisions. But maybe with decent coaching under a decent manager, you know, like BBK asked earlier on, can Berta bring Diego Simeone with him? That might be the first sign. If that's the first signing he makes, I'll be happy. I'll be happy with that. But
I'll be happy.
You can only dream, innit? You can only dream. But look, Nico
you
Williams
can only dream. You can only dream.
Nico Williams coming to the club it's not a bad thing. It's not about over the two players we've got, anyways. I don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Ola subscribes to Nico Williams coming into this football club. So yeah, people, those of you that will be watching the show later on, please let us know if you would like Nico Williams to come down, because I mean, Arsenal have started talks with his representatives, and it's been good to know, to sample the opinion of you guys if you want Nico Williams to come down to this football club. And the last topic here and now is Mikel the Beast Merino. So yeah, BBK, I just want to know this from you. We've seen Merino. He couldn't get into this midfield at all. He turns up in certain places, turns up in that game against Leicester City, gives us goals down there, picks up 3 points. That guy has single-handedly given us nearly up to 9 points this season, to be sincere with you. Turns up today in a pure typical London derby with Chelsea. I mean, just removes his magic heart and scores that goal. In the game against Real Madrid, do you want to see this manager sort of just change things up, switch things up just a little bit, and drift Martinelli towards that number 9 position, and get Merino somewhere else, or bring him from the bench as someone we could actually rely on from the bench, something you could bring from the bench to at least give you a little bit of a fight from the bench? Because when I look at our bench, it's bare burnt. So maybe if Merino is coming from the bench, that might be something that it could be a reactive kind of measure if Real Madrid is sort of, kind of like leading in games or something like that. Would you subscribe towards putting Martinelli in that number 9 position? Or what do you think we should do? Just let us know. That same question goes to Ola, then we'll close up the show very quick.
No, I don't. The way I anticipate us playing against Real Madrid, if Martinelli is playing down the middle, when the ball gets to him, because I don't think we'll have much of the ball. When the ball gets to him, his hold-up play is not that great. His back-to-goal game, I've never seen at a high level. His best work comes on the wing, running up and down, getting by his man sometimes. And when he gets by his man, whips it low crossing. Fair. But the way I anticipate the game going, whenever we do turn Real Madrid over, which won't be a lot because their ballers are techie, and the ball gets to Martinelli, I don't trust him to trap, hold up, and link up play, because I haven't seen him do it. And you don't want to have your apprenticeship against Real Madrid in the quarterfinal playing down the middle. You know what I mean? And then him in front of goal, his finishing isn't exactly elite. I'm not sure how many chances we're going to get. When we do get them, we're going to have to make them count. So I think he's going to go with the same team that started today at Chelsea, against Chelsea.
I totally agree with you.
But would you fancy Martinelli? Would you want Martinelli there instead of Merino?
No, I don't. What, man? No. The reasons, one, I don't think he holds up the ball well, and two, Merino can actually strike a ball. He has a good shot in him. Right? So I've seen him put
this
plenty of
how we've gone in this team, man.
I think Calafiori is even a better striker of the ball in the box.
Yeah, he can't strike the ball though. Yeah, he can't.
That's right.
It sounds crazy, but it's better than Martinelli. When you see Martinelli's effort in front of goal, it sounds crazy. But we watch these players week in, week out, right? Calafiori is not great at defending, but when he's in the box, he's like a different kind of player. Yeah. It's like a striker we've always fucking needed. Go look at the goals he scored for Arsenal this season. They're all magnificent goals, right? But on the actual playing field, you know, where you actually need him to defend, which is his primary job, he doesn't do that so well as it does when he gets in the box. And you know, maybe that's food for thought in terms of players that you could utilize and how you get them in the box and make the chances count. Because BBK is so right. We are not going to get many chances, and that's what I'm trying to say. That the sort of chances that they're gonna get versus the chances we're gonna get, their players are more capable, more clinical,
more equipped with lots of skill sets,
clinical,
in it,
and to make those chances count versus the forwards that we have at our disposal. And that's my worry.
True.
You can only rely on our defense for so long. You keep letting Real Madrid knock on that door. Eventually, they'll peel off the door. They'll crowbar the door in, and that's what's gonna happen. Bayern Munich did that to us last season, you know. So I'm fearful that that's what's gonna end up happening. But I hope that we're able to, you know, do something and maybe see if we find our way in the next round, because that's what it boils down to. We have to manage these two times.
That's what it boils down to. But Ola, would you sanction a tactical change that brings in Martinelli into that number 9 position and bring in Merino from the bench?
I'd rather
against Real Madrid,
because Trossard can strike with both feet.
Trossard.
No, like I said to you, when we're talking about finishing, I just do not trust Martinelli. I don't trust him enough. To, if that one chance falls to him, I don't trust him enough to make. And look, and this is me picking the best of the bad bunch when I say Trossard, right? But at least,
exactly.
At least
the best out of the bad bunch, you know, right?
But at least he's got this attribute where he can shoot with both feet, right? And when he's got that, you can at least trust him a little bit more, you know, as a 9. And maybe Martinelli can come in from the left and do what he does. But I don't think, playing him as a striker is going to help the wing guys that we got, because Martinelli just doesn't bring them in enough. And I don't even trust Odegaard to play the right sort of passes or even remain in the game long enough. Odegaard will see get subbed off 60-70 minutes every time. That's probably going to happen again in this game, because he just vanishes. You know, I've never seen a captain that gets subbed so many times like that. It's wild.
So many times, like Martin Odegaard. Completely correct. So, people, 1 hour 27 minutes. I'll finish up.
No, I was just saying, I'd rather see Trossard there, and you know, hopefully, look, I still hold out a chink of hope. Just like, you know, when you go into combat sports, you give that fighter a puncher's chance, even though you know you got no chance. That's basically what we're working with here. We're hoping on a puncher's chance, and let's see if we can put
puncher's chance. Yeah, exactly. See, guys, on that note, we have to call it a night today. But I mean, you guys see, 1 hour 27 minutes on the clock, and me and these brothers. Bro, today has been a hard one, man. I mean, it has been a hard one, bro.
You get easy ride in the
I'm telling you, man. You always do that to me, man. I know how to rattle these people, but you and BBK has held his own. I mean, first time on my show, and me and him are already rocking. It's like, you know, it's like he's been here for so many. Yeah, exactly. It'd be nice to have lots of shows with BBK. I mean, you could see what we can produce here. 1 hour 28 minutes of hot topics plaguing Arsenal this season. So, can you tell these people your channel and tell them to go subscribe to your channel, my brother?
Yeah, man. Big up for having me on, man. At BBK Sports, I stream at least 3 times a week. I do a weekly prediction show with Abs. Big up Waffle TV. And yeah, man. Matter of fact, you know, make sure you also go. Is it Fight Week TV? You can catch man like Ola with Lee Gunn all the time. Great stream, bro. So yeah, man. Big up Tony. Thanks for having me on this. This is how you know you're making headway when men like Tony invite you on, because Tony just doesn't invite anybody to his house.
BBK, what do you have coming up this week, man? What do you have coming up this week?
So I play ball. I coach. The guys that I play and coach wants to do like a I don't want to say an end of season review, but close enough to the end of the season where they can start giving out awards for like manager of the year, flop of the year, player of the year, that type of stuff. So that's coming this week. So yeah, let's look out for that.
Yeah. What about, are there any shows in the during the international break on your front?
Yeah, I might do some international streams whenever Jamaica play. Yeah, I follow the reggae boys, so that's I might do some.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, and Sweet Cherry says, yeah, BBK is a great presenter. He knows his stuff. Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, when I saw this guy, when I saw him doing his stuff with abs, man, I mean, bro, man. And again, I always like people that have the opinions, and the way he puts his opinions, respectful to people and everything. That's my kind of person. And abs, of course, I have to shout out Waffle TV. That's my brother, man. I mean, he was telling me this guy BBK is gonna do lots of great things. Why don't you align yourself with him? I was like, hey, man, I like this guy. I saw the show he was doing with you, and I just like his takes. He's a level-headed person, and he's a great guy. Guys, go subscribe to that channel, BBK Sports. Ola, talk to these people. Fight Week Show. What do you got coming up this weekend, man? I hope you're gearing up for that fight. I mean, Chris Eubank will be, fighting against who is he fighting with? I mean, just complete that for us. On the Ben very soon. So I mean, just give us footnotes to the Fight Week Show and what's coming up in the MMA area and UFC area. Talk to these people.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm a football fan. I love football, but I'm also an MMA fan, as you guys can tell. I run a MMA channel, and where we talk about combat sports and the latest current events that's happening in the world of boxing and MMA. We've got an event in London next week. UFC London. UFC is actually coming to London. Leon Edwards is going to be fighting Sean Brady for that #1 contendership to face Belal Muhammad. So there's a lot going on in the UFC right now. Come link us up. We talk to professional fighters. We always have professional fighters on our show. And BBK, if you're into MMA, you're welcome to pull up if you're into MMA and you like combat sport. Yeah, I'll talk to you and we'll try and get it done. So yeah,
BBK, I would like you to link up with Ola. Of course, this guy has held me down. I mean, when others disappoint me, this guy's held me down. Him, Waffle TV. I mean, that great guys. Oregon, these people, it's nice to work with these people. Just true, but this guy, is one of the best above the bunch. This guy. So it would be good for you to bring him down to your channel. And of course, he's a very busy person. But I mean, link him up. You can write your number in the private chat so that he can be able to add you up. And Ola can even give you his number too. So
yeah, I'll get it from you. That's no problem.
Okay.
Thank you. But, thank you for having me on again. And like I said, I'm going to be live streaming event from the UFC and the fight from the UFC London on the channel. So people, make sure you go check that out. And we got Dust Stop Shakedown coming up as well on this Wednesday. So
Dust Stop Shakedown. I was there, guys, last week. Yeah. See ya, people. Yeah. Go subscribe to the Fight Week Show. You guys know Ola doesn't play when he gets down there. He doesn't do friendships down there. It's serious because the hard guys are talking about kicks, blows, brother. You don't want to be there when Ola is talking about the kicks, the ground and pounds, everything. Ola in the Fight Week Show.
Beautifully violent, bro.
Exactly, man. Very, very violent down that road. But when we talk about football, we're quite balanced. Big up to you, BBK. Thanks. I really appreciate you coming down here. Ola, I really appreciate you coming down for our show today. From me, BBK Sports, and all of the Fight Week Show, we are out. Peace, people. Peace.